All right, it's fall play day today. We're going to get these sleds out and we're going to rip around the yard a little bit. All right now everybody's going, that doesn't look like Tommy. This is my friend Andy, and Andy has bought the Grape Ape. And although he's ridden snowmobiles before, he hasn't ridden the Grape Ape yet. So we're going to get it out in the yard. Yep. Andy, you want to tell him your snowmobile riding experience?
Pretty much 2 days. 2 days riding. New sleds, that is.
There you go. The accent says it all, folks. Andy's from England, but he is a motorsports guy, and he's ridden a lot of motorcycles. So we're sure, and he's ridden new sleds, so he'll be fine. So
and he's got the leathers.
And he's already got the leathers.
Yeah. No idea. Yeah.
He bought the Grape Ape and then he went leather shopping, or maybe it was the other order. I don't know. So we'll walk you down the lineup of sleds out here, and we're gonna rip around. We'll maybe do a little drag races. Lonnie, I think since Lonnie can't ride.
Nope, no riding
Lonnie,
for me.
But can you do this?
I can.
You can use this even.
Lonnie can do the flag man thing. He can't do it with his left knee.
Nope.
So that's why Lonnie's not riding. And guys, that's why you're not going to see that 700 XC for a while, Lonnie's left knee.
Yeah.
But we'll get to it probably in the spring after he's done healing. All right, well, let's go rip these sleds around.
Let's have some fun.
Yep.
Okay, the good old Grape Ape's been in the trailer most of the summer. We're going to show Andy how to do this without pulling the rope 58,000 times. You want to flip up the hood there, Andy? Let's hope we don't get any mouse surprises in there. Yeah, you got to kind of work it around with the reverse handle. Well, that looks good. Nothing's mousy. All right, so here's what we're going to do, folks. We pop these plug caps off, and we give it a squirt down each spark plug hole before we pull it over. You don't have to see that. All right, yoink the plugs out. Just give her a shot down each hole. Why? Because it's way better than pulling the rope 45 times when your carb bowls are dry. All right, I'm going to put the plugs back in, and we'll bring you back when we're pulling the rope. And at the sled. When we get it, I'll drive it off. All right, so plugs are back in, wires are on. Fuel's turned on, choke is on full, kill switch is up. We'll get the squirt bottle and plug wrench off of there, and Farley likes it, but I don't know what that boom was. That was a little weird. Came out the exhaust. All right, we're going to give it one more round down the spark plug holes, I guess. All right, with any luck, we'll drive it off the trailer this time, or we'll repeat.
All right, what we got going on here?
Well, Mr. Gremlin here, as this sled is affectionately known as, might have another electrical issue. That doesn't seem
You think that's
tight.
supposed to be tighter than that?
Yeah, so we're going to put a new boot on.
A little bit? All right,
Das
then.
Boot.
There's not much you got to know. They unscrew and they screw back on, and give it a little WD so it screws on easier.
That can just go down there.
First repair of the season.
And we haven't even seen two-stroke smoke
You can
yet.
pull that other little boot off there.
This one?
Yeah, yank that off. You don't need that with the new style. Well, you haven't yet, Lonnie, but I did on Halloween.
How's it screwed on?
There's a screw in there, and you just got to push, and it'll catch. Oh yeah, I can see it pulling up.
Yeah.
That's it. First repair of the season completed.
Oh, there we go. All right.
All right, we got the
Right,
tether
so
on.
that's safety third. We have our tether on there for racing.
There's no choke on the Skedaddler.
Ah, okay.
You know why? That's a thing that could go bad.
Yeah.
So we gotta. It'll probably be a lot of squirts out of the squirt bottle before she's ready. Whoa!
Whoa!
A little bit of a kickback. All right, I'm satisfied it runs. We'll do that again, and I'll just take off riding it.
All right.
Let's get
Over here to the Snojet.
Dennis. You gonna do the honors?
I'll try. Haven't
So you-
tried this thing yet.
You got a tether. You got that.
Yeah, that looks.
Give her a squirt. Let's see what it does.
Oh.
All right, give her more.
The squirt bottle.
Dang it,
No fuel.
well,
On? Does it have a shut-off on?
doesn't have a shutoff, and we rebuilt that. Is there fuel in the tank? I could have sworn I put fuel in the tank. Maybe I didn't.
Looks pretty empty.
There's a good gallon in there. Was that carb not pulling yet?
Carb's not pulling yet.
No, there's nothing coming up through that.
Because we rebuilt the carb. All right.
We're going.
Yep. There it comes. Well, that runs mint.
All right, we got 2 sleds running. Let's see what happens now. Come on. Oh. Look at that. All right. We got, see, Andy knows already. The vintage world is you got to have a squirt bottle.
Hey, it moved though.
Yeah, you got what, all of 60 feet out of it.
About that, yeah.
She got a lot of, look at the fuel just dribbling out of that carburetor.
Spark plug at this point, Lonnie.
Yeah, you've got a lot of fuel draining back out of that.
Back there. 7 is considerably hotter than a 9. Let's see. Well, that was that one. Let's see what it does with the new plug.
It is spitting fuel.
That's a
like,
lot of fuel, isn't it?
yeah, it is spitting a ton of fuel. Is there a
Maybe the carb's
adjustment
got
that needs?
problems.
Yeah, maybe there's something in that carb that needs to be.
Oh, it might need to be rebuilt.
Yep.
Oh, this is the carb I put the gross jet in, though.
And Dennis fouled out.
Yep.
Pass number 2. All right, was back with the skedaddler again. Let's see what's going on here. Oh. I don't know.
I drove it up to the shop and then it just decided to idle. It needs the carb clean.
Yeah, definitely
Clean the
needs
carbs,
Clean the
boys.
carbs.
Dennis, what's wrong on the Snojet?
I think it needs the carbs cleaned.
Is it-
I think she flooded. No.
Well, let's pull out the plug and
Yep,
find
pull
out.
the plug. You got the tool. It got a little warm. It did get warm.
Yeah, we were wondering, you were sitting back there idling for a while, if it was gonna.
I had some
Foul out.
807s or in the skedaddler there. Ooh, boy.
She's a little cooked.
Slightly fouled.
Just slightly. What? Whoa! What happened? Did we have a dismount? I don't know. I think he put the skedaddler away. And the skedaddler gets wheeled back on the cart.
It's got one issue.
Cause yeah.
Well, as a racer, that's not a bad thing, but the throttle does not return.
That's what you were telling me.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I'll have to fix that.
well, yeah, but what good does it do to return it when
Exactly.
you
Win it, win it.
pinch it and go?
We'll add a spring.
Yeah.
I think it used to have a spring, now that I say that. All right.
All right. Well, let's talk about it, guys. Get over here, Dennis.
Where's Andrew?
All right. So let's talk. He's shutting the other
Oh,
camera off.
let me get out the other mic. Oh boy.
So the puppies are happy to be back outside again.
Yeah, let them out.
Yeah. So what do we learn? I learned the skedaddler needs carb work.
Yep, for
How would
sure.
you not have known that?
It was good when I put it away last year.
All right.
So it's pumping fuel.
Said every snowmobiler ever.
There you go.
Glenwood Park.
There you go. So it's pumping fuel. It appears that the idle circuit's plugged up. It's got no fuel coming in on the idle circuit.
Oh,
the
okay.
high speed's fine. That's why I was able to make some passes.
Yeah.
I kept the throttle open enough. It was pulling a little fuel on the main circuit. It would even idle if I did that, but yeah, the low speed's plugged. So off she comes, clean her out, hopefully reuse the gaskets and diaphragm, needle, all that, because it all seems good. It's just that low speed circuit. That's what I learned. Dennis, what'd you learn on the Snojet?
The spark plug was about 2 years old, all wet after the first half a run.
Well, that might have been because you had to sit idle forever
Yeah.
waiting for the Skedaddler.
Yeah, I did do that. I should have killed it off. After that, once she got going, she wouldn't stop because the throttle doesn't return. So we'll fix that with a quick little spring.
We'll add a spring. Well,
she gets up and goes. It's fun. Definitely.
I'm giving this round to the Snojet, but I want a rematch once I get the Skedaddler working right. Because I think the Skedaddler, I mean, you saw what happened.
Did you see that in the rules? Rematch?
I didn't know.
The rematch won't be today. It'll be later this winter.
All right.
And there will be a rematch because we're not awarding the Eagle River Eagle for the one-lungers today.
No, that's not today.
That's not today.
Because Lonnie's not riding yet.
Lonnie's not riding. Tommy's
It
not
makes a
here.
good-
Greg's not here.
Right?
I like the
We got
sound
people.
of the Snojet. It's got a
Oh, yeah.
nice...
Yeah.
That's that Donaldson I put
Yeah.
on. Yeah, I think the Snojet's going to be a real contender at the Wild Bill.
Oh, if I could keep it on...
Yeah. Oh, yes. You missed it, Mr. Nutter.
I kind of had a
You'll see later when you go.
dismount.
We had a dismount.
You had a dismount already. and
We had
don't
our
even have
first dismount.
snow.
I got kind of the tail end of it, I think, on camera. But
All
yeah,
around the shed.
that is,
Well, there
Trying
was
to
no
turn and-
there was no dismount on the Skedaddler because you could point the handlebars anywhere you want, and they did nothing.
This kind of acted as a plow. I
Yeah.
had so many leaves in front of it.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
good.
Is that your excuse?
Sure.
You're sticking to
And
it.
narrow. Too narrow.
All right. Well, what are we going to run next?
Let's go up a cylinder.
Let's go to the twins. All right.
we
So
got
the
one.
twin class is going to be Walnuts, and it's going to. Oh yeah, I turned that off. That was the other camera shutting off on my helmet. Walnuts and Dennis's TX340.
I like it.
Let's fire them up. I hope we have better luck on these.
Yeah. Let's get them. All right. So we're prepping with new plugs since we figured that out with the last go around. That maybe that's a good place to start.
Seemed wise. And I had to give it a little squirt down the cylinders because I could see the fuel lines are all bone dry.
Oh, okay. Really
So,
got to get some fuel moving in there.
Yeah, we'll make it so I don't have to crank it on the electric start quite as long.
Right. Oh, the electric start. What the who? The what?
Yeah, here goes for Walnuts. How many poles? None. All right, I saw some fuel moving. Hello, Walnuts.
No. There she goes.
Cheater!
She,
Oh, darn.
all right, we got one started.
I don't have my key.
What's wrong,
I don't have
Dennis?
the key like Nutter has.
Your starter's not working. Ooh, one pull. Look at that. Lots of two-stroke now. We'll warm up fastest. We're gonna line them up. Oh, that was a pretty clear win there for the Walnuts. A little harder to keep those pointed straight when your skis aren't on the ground. Looks like we're gonna switch lanes here. See if that makes any difference. Maybe it's that that left side lane is a little faster. So we're gonna rule that out here. Maybe it's just that Dennis needs a little more room to have the skis in the air. Hopefully he doesn't take out that little camera that's over on the tripod over there. All right.
I want a rematch.
See, since we're doing rematches.
All right, we can do a rematch later. So, yeah, Walnuts is a 500 liquid twin with 38 millimeter carbs. And Dennis's is a 340 free air twin with 34 millimeter carbs. We have clutched Dennis's quite nicely, but as you can see,
We might need to work on those limiter straps though to get
She
those
does a good
skis.
wheelie though.
Oh my God,
it
those
looked
skis
great.
hardly ever touch the ground.
I saw that on my return lap. I thought it looked awesome.
It's fun out on the
It's
lake.
hard to steer them with the
It
skis
is,
in the air
yeah.
though.
I was aiming towards you.
I bet it turns every bit as good as the Daddler does with the skis on the ground on the Daddler,
Right.
which is not at all. So,
Well, at least we didn't have any dismounts on that
dismounts,
particular
no,
run.
no.
no.
All right. So Nutter, what did you think? How's Walnuts running?
Walnuts is not jetted right because it's, what, 45, 50 degrees
40,
today?
yeah.
And I got the full air box on and stuff, so you saw a little bog off the line. But other than that, then she cleaned out, picked up the skis and went. It's good. I'm leaving it. It's meant for snow, not for grass and warm weather. So Walnuts seems to be trail ready.
Awesome.
All right, Dennis,
Dennis?
what about yours?
The little old TX, it's always been boggy off the start, but that clutch kicks in and she does a wheelie, so that's fun. That's how we have it set up. And then she goes. I mean,
Yeah.
not getting up to top speed in this yard.
No, not in this weather either.
No.
I don't think.
And we cut off the passes pretty early because I could tell Walnuts is getting warm, and if the liquid's getting warm, the free air should be getting warm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we just kind of cut it off, but it was good.
Yeah.
I think on to round 3 with the triples.
Considering it's sat for 2 years, I'm happy.
Andy,
like
you ready?
Ran when parked.
I like the way that works. We do one lungers, and then we do the twins, and then round 3 is the triples.
boys.
There you go.
The 3 cylinders.
It's almost like Lonnie planned it that way.
I know. What the heck?
All right.
Firing them up.
Lonnie isn't running, and I'm done running. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Andy and Dennis are in a hurry for some reason to get their races over, so that I think they're thirsty. Oh, we got to lock the puppies up. We don't want puppies on the track.
All right.
There we go. I'd give a choke all the way up. That's half. Give a full choke. Yep. Oh, kill switch, Andy.
There you go.
I'm not sure what's going on. Should start. No, that's off. Here, Lon. I'm going to give it a couple pulls there, Andy. It might just be missing me. Or it might be a little flooded. A little flooded. Now it wants some choke. We will teach Andy the ways of the snowmobile.
The ways of the vintage sled. I'll get it.
All right. Is he spinning his track?
Oh, I think he's burning up his clutch.
All right, well, let's go see what's going on with Dennis here.
Look at that. Yeah, he's burning up his clutch.
Well, that's pretty wild. Well, Dennis, did you just wreck your belt?
Did you just wreck your belt?
What's all that crap on your clutch?
Yeah, you were definitely spinning that belt. Woo, I can smell it now.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Holy crap.
I don't know what the heck
She's
just
deformed
happened.
even.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Is that still the belt that you put on in the middle of the lake at Brap Fest
Probably.
3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that nice?
Yeah, well.
Well, let's get the belt off. When the things cool off, we'll get the belt off. And then we'll clean up the clutch sheaves with some Scotch-Brite and brake cleaner. And then we'll put a belt on.
Yeah. Hey, this is why we do the early season shakedowns,
It's
right?
fun. Yeah, it has been sitting for 2 years. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that belt's gone.
Oh yeah.
That looks like an old belt, Dennis. I think that is the belt you put on at Brap Fest as an emergency belt.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Look at how loose it is.
I bought a replacement because it was the end of the season. I said, fucking hop.
Lon, this is an ancient belt. Look at the old Shooting Star logo.
Oh yeah, look at that.
This belt is from the 70s, maybe the 60s. I'm going to go find the brake cleaner, Scotch-Brite, and a belt that's not an antique.
And a new Dennis, I think it's as old as you.
All right, I got my hands full of brake cleaner and Scotch-Brite. We got a brand new belt on Dennis's sled, which we should have done right away at Brap Fest 2 years ago, or whatever the last Brap Fest was. Let's see if she does that smoke in the belt trick again. I think it'll be fine. Watch out for that little fire ring right there. And she picks the skis and leaves a rut. So I'd say we fixed it.
There you go. He's starting to get a feel for it now. All right, looks like we got Dennis fired up here. See how the gremlin looks. First couple of passes of the year. Sounds good once he gets up on the pipe.
All right, we're going to get a race out of you guys now?
Yeah, yeah. What do you think, Andy? Well, it's always a race.
Oh yeah, give it a go.
Andy, have you given it the onion yet, or have you just been easing in?
I think I've been sort of feathering it in. Yeah.
You need to go give it the onion.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what it does.
Yeah.
Find out if it's going to bog or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right, go get your sled. Bring it around.
Oh, did you talk Dennis into going again?
No.
Yeah, figures. Biggest wheelie of the day for Dennis, and we're behind him, not in front of him.
What's that?
Biggest wheelie of the day for Dennis, and
He
we're
did.
behind him, not in front of him, down low, filming.
I know, right?
All right, Andy should be running on 3.
This will be good. All right, let me
Give
let me
her
get set up.
You get her running, give her the full pinch and clear her out. See if it'll lift up the skis. Sounds better. There we go. She cleared out a little. Dennis, what the hell was that? Did your motor just shut off on you? Pull the rope.
Dennis has got the hood open again.
Tether? No?
Oh,
Smells bad, and you got. Why do you have so much smoke coming out of the airbox? Oh, your brakes are f***ing locked. Dennis, that's why your belt smoke. Your brakes are locked up.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Gotta love the preseason.
well, better finding it now than 8 miles from home.
We got a little smoke problem.
The smoke's coming from the brakes. We're going to need a screwdriver, and we're going to need to rebuild Dennis's brake caliper before he could ride it anymore. Oh, come on. All right, I'm going to go get
that
it.
smoke?
Why the belt seized up too.
Well, that belt was garbage, but yeah, this belt it's not been good for this belt either.
No.
I'll go get a big pry bar, and we'll knock that caliper open, and then let's run her right on the trailer after that.
Yeah, I saw that when you opened the hood.
Yeah.
Wow, she's hot. Well,
Well, you did say, are you gonna?
You got a screwdriver in your trunk?
No.
all right.
I don't know if they're gonna move. Really goes.
They'll move. Look, I just spread them right wide open. Your brakes are not stuck anymore, Dennis. I think I can. Oh, they will be if you do that. Just go ahead, pump it up.
But they're not releasing.
They're not releasing. We got to rebuild your. We got to rebuild your caliper.
Oh, wonderful.
So.
So don't put it on the trailer.
No, put it on the trailer. The caliper is just these two bolts,
Okay.
and then we take off the hose and we'll rebuild it. We'll do it. We can get it off. We can get it out of there on the trailer real easy. Put it on the right side so we'll be standing on the outside while we're working on it. No biggie. This has happened before at Nutter Speed Shop.
It's been known to happen.
We've rebuilt an Indy brake caliper in the past, and I have seals.
The one sled doesn't want to stop, and this one only wants to stop.
Well,
We'll fix both of them.
we'll fix them both.
Yeah, so just when you get it in the trailer, don't hit the brake until you get it in the trailer.
The what?
The brakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't explain why it won't start though.
Seems fixed.
All right. Okay, give that another pull there, Eddie. What's going on? I'd say your recoil is stuck.
yeah.
What is it? Catching eventually, or not at all, or what?
It's kind of at the end.
All the way.
But, yeah, it catches at the end, but
Well, how in the heck? Let me see it. Yeah, it needs just a weird spot. No. We have some recoil work to do.
Definitely. Well, that'll get you back around anyway. And this is why we do these preseason shakedowns. Get all this stuff worked out, figured out before we have our really nice snow day, and then we spend half of that day or more just getting all of this stuff worked out. There.
Ready? Oh, that's good. Well, I learned something today.
Preseason.
Yeah.
Hey, hopefully this inspires a whole bunch of other people to do the same thing and find out what's wrong with their sled before they try to trail ride it.
Especially if it's been sitting for 2 years and you had all these things that you were supposed to do before
Yeah.
you start.
But the last time you hit it out, and it's so easy to forget what all those things are over 2 years, you know.
Oh boy. Well, and there's new things.
And then there's new things that get introduced.
The Grape Apes never had a recoil problem before.
Yeah, where did that come from? That's
I don't know, but
interesting.
we're going to have to fix it. Dennis has never had a seized brake caliper before. I will say the Daddler has had
Carburetor problems.
clean the carbs, boys.
Clean the carbs.
Let's see. So, what's the tally? Daddler was the first. Needs the idle circuit cleaned. Of course, you can't just clean that. We'll clean the whole carb.
Yep. The
Snojet.
the Snojet actually worked really well.
No,
It did, but
it did.
we got to do a throttle return spring.
Return
That's
spring.
right.
Yeah.
Throttle returns. So that's number 2.
First
All
time
right.
I did that, it was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
So the next one down was Dennis with his antique belt.
Antique
Yeah.
belt.
But we're going to say that it probably had a contributing factor of a sticking caliper.
Yes.
So it was a double whammy, and then it was a sticking caliper, and then Andy had his first ever fouled spark plugs on a snowmobile.
Yep.
What other snowmobile channel brings you a British guy on his first time on a vintage snowmobile?
Fouling plugs.
Yeah, fouling plugs right out the bat. Clean the carbs, Andy.
We've had
Clean the
Alabama.
carbs.
But we haven't had Matt from Alabama riding yet.
No, we haven't.
No, that's right.
So that Matt, I'm sure Matt will see this. Matt, we got you scheduled to ride Patty if
Patty's almost ready.
we ever get it done.
If we ever get her done.
Yeah, and so the last thing is the recoil on the Grape Ape, which is an easy fix. So that's what we got to do. We got to fix a bunch of stuff, but now we know. Now we know what is ready and what isn't ready, and what to fix before we get snow. And there's no
Actually,
snow.
you skipped number 1, and that was a spark plug boot.
Oh, you're right.
Already fixed
Yeah.
that.
The spark plug boot. Oh, I forgot all about that.
So see, we're up to at least a half a dozen or so.
So it pays to get your stuff out. Oh, don't. It's abusive to ride your sled on the dirt. Blah blah blah.
It is for the dirt.
Well, it is for the dirt. Yeah, just don't overheat it. Don't wear out your slides.
That's right. Mrs. Nutter asked us not to ride across the front yard. So
Mrs. Nutter, yes. Mrs. Speed Shop has been not amused by today's activities, but she did like all the dogs, especially the new puppy
she
Huxley.
does.
That's Andy's dog running around here with the other 4. So, all right. So hit subscribe if you haven't. We've got more vintage snowmobile fun coming, and I don't know how anybody could ever possibly have more fun with vintage snowmobiles than us. I know
You can try.
My buddy
Yeah.
Todd gives us a run.
It'll
Yeah,
be
this
fun.
is
he
true.
said.
Yeah.
Todd Klein gives us a run, and hey,
Oh,
you guys, you
he's
want
good.
to see us go on a ride with Todd this year? You better go. I'm ready. You better go comment on Todd's stuff if you want to go for a ride.
there you
see
go.
us
Tell
ride with
Todd you need to go ride with those Nutter Speed Shop guys.
Yeah, you tell him. Well, we are planning on going up to the Tamarack ride, which is pretty much his home ride.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get out together, do a little collaboration on that.
Well, you guys will, but I will not.
Lonnie will not.
I will.
So there's an FYI on this winter. So we're not going to the ERX to the ride-in. We're going to go up to the Tamarack ride that weekend instead. Those of us that want to go. So let's see, what else?
Yeah.
Oh, hit subscribe.
Yep. And thank you to the patrons. We appreciate you guys that keep the channel going. You can be a patron yourself. You can get in on a couple of different levels, either the beer and pizza fund or the parts fund.
Parts.
Check that out on the patrons. Yep. The patrons actually get to see these videos early, and they get to see them ad free on Patreon.
On Patreon.
On Patreon. Yep.
On Patreon. Yeah, and they get a lot of patron-only videos.
Yep, that's a lot of that's kind of the behind-the-scenes stuff that we do. Maybe I suppose you might call them outtakes or bloopers or whatever. But
Not approved for YouTube
Not a-
sometimes. We haven't done one for a
Exactly.
little bit, so we owe you one, patrons.
yeah, so thank you to the patrons. We appreciate you. If you want to get your name up here, sign up,
Everybody else hit subscribe.
hit subscribe.
We tell you to go to the swap meets, or we'll see you at the swap meets, but this will air at the earliest the day after the last swap meet that I know of until the Midwest ride-in. So
then it's see you on the trail.
see you on the trails. So we left the camera rolling right after we filmed that, and it was some more behind-the-scenes chit-chat for the patrons there. We talked about how I met Andy and how he's got involved in snowmobiling, and we also fixed Dennis's brake caliper and Andy's recoil and had a great time in the shop. And, well, that's a patron-only video, so you're going to have to join the patron if you want to see that.